It began on a quiet Friday evening, as small dinner hosted by my wife's close friends. I wasn't fond of these gatherings, too much wine, too much gossip, and private matters had a way of spilling into public conversation. Still, I went along to support her. Lisa looked radiant that night, confident, laughing easily, surrounded by friends who seemed to hang on her every word. As the night went on, the conversation drifted toward relationships and marriage. One of her friends joked about her husband's lack of affection. That's when Lisa smirked, glass of wine in hand, and said something that made the room freeze. "At least your husband doesn't beg for intimacy like mine does." She laughed. I told him not to anymore. The table erupted in laughter, but to me, it landed like a punch to the chest. All eyes turned to me, some awkward, some clearly embarrassed. My face burned with humiliation. I tried to force a half-smile, but inside, something broke. For years, I had been patient with her. When she lost interest in our marriage, I didn't pressure her. I cooked, cleaned, gave her space, even paid for therapy she never attended. I loved her deeply, but that moment made clear how little respect remained. I stayed silent for the rest of the night. When we got home, she acted as if nothing had happened, kicked off her heels, scrolled her phone, humming. "Lisa," I said quietly, "what you said tonight wasn't funny." She looked up, unbothered. "Oh, come on. It was just a joke. Don't be dramatic." "You humiliated me in front of your friends," I said. She rolled her eyes. "If you weren't so sensitive, it wouldn't bother you. Maybe if you were more of a man, I wouldn't have to make jokes." That was it. I realized I wasn't angry at the joke itself. I was angry because she meant it. A cold, final clarity washed over me. I didn't yell or argue. I just said, "Okay, you made your point." That weekend, while she was out with friends, I quietly began packing. I took my essentials, moved my half of our savings into a separate account, and left the keys on the counter with a note. "You don't have to worry about me begging anymore." By the time she came home that evening, I was gone. The calls began within hours. First angry, then desperate. Then the texts. "Where are you? We need to talk." I didn't mean it. I ignored them all. 2 weeks later, she showed up at my office, tear-streaked and apologetic. "I didn't think you'd actually leave," she said, voice trembling. "It was just a stupid joke." I looked at her, truly looked, and saw both the regret and the same pride that had driven her to mock me. "It wasn't a joke to me," I said simply. "It was the moment I realized you stopped respecting me. And without respect, there's nothing left." She reached for my hand. I stepped back. "Please," she whispered. "I'll change." I shook my head. "You don't change out of regret. You change out of love. And I think you lost it a long time ago." Months later, mutual friends told me Lisa had been struggling. She'd moved in with her sister, started therapy, and admitted she had pushed me away out of insecurity and resentment. She'd been jealous of my career progress while hers stalled, coping by tearing me down in public. It stung to hear. We had once been inseparable. But sometimes love dies quietly, and sometimes it dies with a single careless laugh. Now, when I look back, I don't feel anger anymore, just a strange kind of peace. That night, when she mocked me in front of everyone, she thought she was diminishing me. In truth, she set me free. Her regret came fast, but mine never did.